All right, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. I'm giving you some bonus lectures on Model View Controller for the AWD1111 .NET Framework with Web Databases class, and we're going over this ASP.NET MVC project that I'm gleaning from Create an ASP.NET MVC application in an hour. Please go out and get that. All right, I went back in and I had this should have been indexed in the middle, and it wasn't. So I'm going to run the program again, and hopefully this is going to fix my problems. So again, I'll have the new link. You already saw the link for priorities, and that worked just fine. Now I'm going to have another link for tasks. And what I want you to get out of this, your takeaway, is for tasks, when I click on it now, and I want to add a new task, notice under the priority, I'm grabbing that from the other table because I linked the tables together. So the ID, again, I should have gone back and gone in there and set those up as auto increment fields, but I didn't. The title, how about work preparation? The description, refine ASP.NET MVC lecture. Boy, oh boy. All right. The due date, well, make it today. So 06-07-2017. And the priority will be urgent. So we'll create that. So there's our first task. All right, let's add one more. So this will be task 2, and this will be ASP.NET MVC resources. Acquire additional ASP.NET MVC resources. The due date, let's make it tomorrow, so 06-08-2017, and we'll make that a medium priority, and we'll create it. Whoa, it didn't like something. And I have not had that problem before, so that was interesting. We run this again. Now it could have been a lot of different things. All right, I wasn't really paying attention. Possibly when I put the date in, I screwed it up. I don't know. Let's try one more. So this will be task ID 2. The title, more ASP.NET MVC resources. And we'll put here, acquire additional resources. Okay, the due date, again, 06-08-2017. And we'll give that a medium priority and click create. Okay, I'm getting errors. I did not get this before. Okay, that's not a good thing, and you know that as well as I do. But when it's attempting to save this, it's giving me errors, and I'm not sure what the errors are related to. But what you did see when you took a look in here, all right, what you did see was that I was able to go in and create my priorities with no problem. So I've got my 3 priorities in there. Come on up, please. There was the one task it let me put in, and there were my 4 priorities. So we do have those. That's a good thing. All right. So got all that stuff done. All right. And I'm going to stop the run here, but I want to show you something that I at least find interesting. All right. And that is, and let's see if we can do this. if I come over here to app data and I open up my database, all right, and I'm going to go down to, see if I can find my database. There's my priorities and there's my tasks. So let's check priorities. All right, it's loading the information in. Remember, this was an empty table. Okay. Now, if I right mouse click on here and choose Show Table Data, lo and behold, there's my table data. If I go to Tasks and say Show Table Data, there's my table data. So the good news is I was able to add record information into an SQL Server database, and I was able to do it with code. All right? And that may not sound like it's a real big thing, but believe me, it is a real big thing, because to me, this is one of the things that Model View Controller provides. All right? Now, one more thing that I was going to do here, and it's not a big thing, but if I wanted to, I could go back and in my home page, my index.cshtml, that's right here, there's my Jumbotron, and I've got my stuff here. I can remove this. All right. I'm going to go into my content folder right here. I'm going to right mouse click and choose Add New Folder. I'm going to add a new folder here called Images. And I'm going to right mouse click on that folder and choose Add Existing Items. Go out to my desktop, and I found an image out here. Well, let's redo it. So I came out here, I went to Google Images, grabbed this one, did a Save Image As, and saved it. Maybe I saved it to the wrong place, that's the problem. So saved it to the desktop, and we'll just call this Tasks. All right, tasks.jpg. All right, now when I come in here, and I'm looking here, there's my tasks JPEG. So I've now added that in here, and I'm going to take it and drag it right there. Okay? Now, I'm not sure what the size of it is, so it's going to look a little bit funky. So to find out the size, let's do an open with, and can we find IE in here? Well, I'm not going to do it from here. So right mouse click, open with, choose another app. I want to open it with Internet Explorer. And the reason I want to open it with Internet Explorer is when I do that, well, that was interesting. When I right mouse click on it, I can go to Properties and it'll show me the size. So it's 297 by 170. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say width equals 297, height equals 170. Spell width correctly. All right, let me save this and let me run this one more time. In fact, I should have really changed this as well. The ASP.NET is kind of a silly thing to have in there. But let's see what it looks like right now. It's already looking a little bit better. So I'm going to stop the run. I'm going to come in here and change this from ASP.NET to Jeff's ASP.NET MVC task list app. So let me stop the run. Probably what I'd want to do too would be to come in here and where we've got this information, this code here, would be to put in better code. What the author does in that class, and I think I've got this in my downloads folder because I'm just about finished here. There it is he's literally puts in his own text here. And I'm going to grab his text because it's better than anything I could write. While we're waiting for that to complete, let me go back to here. Let me save this and let me run it. And let's see if it's looking a little bit more like my own app as opposed to something that I gleaned, which is what I did do. All right, so Jeff's ASP, that I could probably find a bigger image, all right, or put another image there, whatever. But this getting started, etc. Again, if I grab what the author had, stop the run here. Just about complete. There we go. Best possible, recommend you download the latest. Yeah, that's fine. Responsive mobile authentication. You know what? This is the wrong file. I wanted the stuff that was in an hour. All right, so bottom line is I can come back in here and I can do this. Let's do this. So I'm going to take what the author has done here and I'm going to change it to more of my liking. All right. Okay. All right, there's one. I'm going to grab this because it'll be almost the same URL. This is going to be very big, but it'll be fine. All right, so I've got that. We'll have this. Again, what I'm trying to do, not very well, but what I'm trying to do here is personalize this app so it looks a little bit nicer. Looks like more, again, like something I did. All right, and we'll do one more instead of web hosting. So we've got getting started, ASP.NET MVC. What else do we have here? let's put the stuff for the class. So it's create an MVC.NET MVC application in an hour. That's why don't I give kudos where it's due. All right, so let me click here. And let me grab that URL. We're just about finished. Let's save. Let's run it one last time and we'll see our completed project. So I've got my own image in here. There's the getting started. So if I click here, I'm actually going to go to the ASP.NET site. If I click here, I'll go to the ASP.NET MVC part. And if I click here, I should hopefully at least go to the Udemy course. All right. All right. The home page works. The about page doesn't really have anything on it. Contact page doesn't. We saw our priorities page where we have, and it's spinning. There it goes. Our priorities and our tasks page. So I had a little bit of problem in here, but I was basically able to replicate this. All right. I may be back because I want to go back and reread this, which is the getting started with ASP.NET MVC. It's a series of, it looks like 8 articles. Might have another tape or so, might not. Be back sooner than you think.